Hello, Dean's Listers! This video is about different areas of practice in law. Today, in this video, I will talk about the corporate lawyer. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I am Dean Rod Vera. I am a law school professor, a law school dean, and I've been in the law practice for the last 20 years. Today, we'll talk about the corporate lawyer. Before we continue, I'd like to ask you as a favor to me, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't. Remember, it's free, and if you do subscribe, you'll get 3 years of good luck. First of all, I'd like to tell you there's a difference between being a corporate lawyer and being in corporate practice. I will discuss a lawyer being in corporate practice in another video. Maybe check the link description down below or a link above here. Now, what exactly is a corporate lawyer? Basically, you are an in-house counsel. Better yet, you are an employee of the company that hires you as the in-house counsel or corporate lawyer. Now, I will discuss later the pros and the cons of being a corporate lawyer. Let me first detail some of the activities or duties or responsibilities of being a corporate lawyer. Now, different companies have different responsibilities and tasks, but these are the most common and the most general among all companies. The first duty is called corporate housekeeping. Basically, you take care of all the files, legal files. You make sure they're all organized in the event of it be recalled in the future, such as maybe the incorporation papers, the bylaws, and other documents that are pertinent to the corporation. You may also be the corporate secretary of the board of directors if it is a corporation. A corporate secretary is basically the one handling all the minutes of the meetings of the board of directors in a board meeting, making sure that all resolutions are organized, numbered, and kept recorded. Board resolutions are required by certain government regulations and other companies requiring who are empowered or what are the employees that are allowed to transact or represent the corporation. Also, the board resolution represent the decisions of the board of directors in relation to running the company. One of the most often responsibilities of a corporate lawyer is contract drafting and review. Corporations deal with other people, with other corporations. So agreements are a staple of corporate law. As an in-house counsel, you'll be tasked to either draft an agreement or review agreement that's presented to the company that you work for. You have to look out for the red flags. You have to look out for the details that might affect the company that you work for. You have to look for what is disadvantageous, what is good, and what is bad for the company. You have to make sure that you mark them down or cite them or mark or flag them and present them to your supervisor or at least the board of directors. It'll be your job to give the green light or the red light to any agreement. Another common duty of a corporate lawyer or in-house counsel is to answer correspondence or to create correspondence involving legal issues. Maybe some demand letters, maybe something has answering a complaint, answering a customer comment. As long as it deals with legal issues, the in-house counsel or the corporate lawyer will be tasked to respond. Another common duty of the in-house counsel or corporate lawyer is compliance or regulatory, meaning you handle all the compliance procedures, make sure you are handling all what is required for maybe the local government, licenses, permits, depending on your jurisdiction, maybe employee records such as Social Security, maybe working with the Department of Labor. You have to make sure that the corporation is up to date and compliant insofar as the requirements to operate as a company within either maybe the national government or the local government. You have to work with agencies that are in particular or in reference to your corporation, such as if you have an oil company, you have to work with the Department of Energy, or if you're a media company, you have to work with the Department of Communication or Transportation. Another common duty or responsibility is being the local government liaison. In the Philippines, where I live and work, corporations have to file a business permit or a business license every January. And so the in-house counsel has to prepare all the documentation for either the new application or the renewal of the business permit. Lastly, you will be the resident lawyer. You'll be the go-to person when it comes to legal questions. If your boss or people that work with you need an answer that involves something legal or something that with the law, you'll be asked to give a comment or to respond or to interpret. Now, what are the pros and cons of being an in-house counsel? Well, first of all, you are going to be an employee of the company you work for. What does a regular employee have? You will probably have fixed work hours, either 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. You'll have a fixed lunch break. So meaning overtime might be a rarity or only on special occasions. That's good in today's society because especially if you have a family, you have a fixed schedule in going to work and going home. Another perk or another pro of being a regular employee as in-house counsel is you will have a regularly monthly income. You may be even entitled to bonuses or profit sharing. But at the very least, you know that every 15 days or every 30 days, there's going to be money in the bank. So you can plan any fiscal or financial objectives that you can work with that because you know how much you're getting per month. Also, as every employee knows, you get vacation leave and sick leaves. So you have a set number of days where you can go on vacation and maybe call in sick. Usually, it's either 15 or 15 or 10 or 10, depending on the company. But these are days that are paid even though you're technically absent. Another pro or maybe perk of being an employee as in-house counsel is maybe you can be invited to corporate retreats or you may be even invited to conferences such as the in-house counsel conferences or maybe legal conference involving corporate law. Another pro or advantage is that you will have a staff working for you. You may even have a legal secretary, a paralegal, or at the very least, messengers to work for you within the company. And here I think is the most important pro or advantage of being an in-house counsel. There's going to be less pressure because you are only working on a fixed hours, you only deal with one company and only limited number of legal issues or legal transactions. You might even have a better work-life balance. Now let's talk about the cons or the disadvantages of being an in-house counsel. As I mentioned before, you have a fixed work hours, 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, or depending what the company gives you. The danger there, or the con there, is that you have to time in and time out. So if you're time in late, you could be reprimanded for being late all the time or not being punctual. Another disadvantage is that you're going to be part of the machine, part of the cog of the company. If there might even be a corporate ladder within the legal department, meaning you have to earn your stripes, you have to work at your promotion if there is any. But if you're just the in-house counsel, there is no corporate ladder to speak of because you'll be the top of your department. You only have to work for pay raises or bonuses. Another disadvantage of being an in-house counsel or a corporate lawyer is that you'll have bosses. Whether it be the chairman of the department or the head of the department, then you'll have the vice president and the president or even the board of directors. You will be subservient to their needs. Now, having a boss is not a bad thing per se, but, us lawyers are proud. And if we've been through law school, we had the bar exam. So it's a matter of if you settle for, or you not settle, but if you want to go into corporate practice, know that you will have someone to report to. Another con or maybe a different shade of corporate practice is it might be less thrilling. I mean, some lawyers are out there going for the gun, going to court, protecting their client. As a corporate lawyer, again, it's 8 to 5, and you're only limited to the knowledge and issues of your company. Another thing to take note if you're in the in-house counsel is that you will have little experience or practice in other areas of law. You might have little experience or little knowledge in taxation, in litigation, in estate law. These things are not usually dealt with for a corporation. So by working in a corporation, you might be limited as far as you want to go in learning other areas of practice. As I make more videos into this series, please look in the description below and see the other areas of practice. Another thing you have to take note is that you might not have litigation experience, because usually corporations would not want to farm out any litigation to law firms which handle or specialize in litigation. So going to court is basically the most known feature of being a lawyer. And if you are an in-house counsel, you might not experience yourself or personally going to court or having litigation. Is that a good or bad thing? Well, you have to ask any litigation lawyer and they'll tell you the better answer. And the last disadvantage I could think of being an in-house counsel or a corporate employee as a lawyer is that you are subject to the termination rules, meaning you can be fired, you can be let go, you can be retrenched. And so the danger there is that your tenure is constant but is not very secure, because lawyers are sometimes one of the higher paid employees of a company, and if they want to save money or survive, maybe letting go of the lawyers is a more fiscal advantage. Being in corporate law does have its benefits, and of course it has its disadvantages. It's up to you whether to decide what you want to be. I wish you good luck and have a good day. Hi, please do me a favor and smash that like button. It'll help me a lot and it will trigger the YouTube algorithm. Now, if you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel. If you don't, my dog will eat this exam booklet and that student has to repeat his final exam again.